Back, everybody. This is United versus Everybody. I am your host, Sean, and we have another deep dive, closer look scouting report for you today because it's a player that I think could improve us, a position that I think we all can agree is becoming a priority. I mean, if you asked a decent number of United fans right now what their transfer priority would be, there's a strong chance that, opinions will be split between center midfield, but also left back. That left side has looked a little weak in recent weeks. I think Dalot has shown that maybe his deficiencies are just never going away. Dorgu is definitely not the finished article. I like Dorgu, but he just turned 21. He's still raw. And I do think the sooner that we see the back of Dalot, the better. I think we'll get a good fee for him. I think he'll be fine. I just don't think he suits what we're trying to do. He's not comfortable in 1v1s. His end product is not great. He switches off defensively, doesn't put pressure on the ball. He's becoming a net negative, similar to Andre Onana. I think many United fans would welcome the addition of an experienced left back that offers physicality, intensity, and experience as well. Today, I've got one in mind who I think United should consider, especially in the January market. Again, he's experienced, he's played at the absolute top level, and I think he's going to be gettable if you play your cards right. And today I'm talking about Fran Garcia. If you follow the channel for a little while now, you know this is not the first time I've mentioned Fran Garcia. But today, I'm going to show you a little what he offers, why I think he'd be a solid addition to the Manchester United squad. So let's get stuck in, you guys. If you aren't super familiar with Fran Garcia, this is a snapshot. Plays for Real Madrid. Left back. He's 26 now, 5'7", but this guy is an absolute physical specimen. He's got pace, rapid pace. He can tackle. His ball progression is elite when it comes to making those carries. He actually reads the game really, really well. And again, he's got that big club experience. He's extremely fast. He's energetic. He has that willingness to get stuck in, fight for everything, and just go for 90 minutes, man. These are traits that Ineos seem to be prioritizing in their recruitment. He's very similar to Patrick Dorgu in that way, but he's also got, 6 more years of experience, and I think that's going to be a difference maker. He's got relentless energy. He never stops running, like literally never stops. The moment you'd win the ball, Fran, he's already sprinting into space. He's already making himself an outlet. He already wants to just get the ball up the pitch for his team. He offers support in the build-up. His movement gives so many passing options when we're trying to build out from the back, when we're just trying to get out of trouble. He offers that. He knows where to be. He can be a counter shield. His recovery pace is absolutely unreal. He can stop counterattacks before they even start to look threatening just with the way he can close down the space. And he actually shows some intelligence in the attack. In the final third, he's got really good decision making. He's very good in 1v1s. He's good at creating space, and he's good at whipping in crosses into that very dangerous corridor of uncertainty between the keeper and defenders. He knows how to pass. He knows where to pass. He does it calmly. He does it confidently. I like what I see. No, he's not the tallest. I know you guys are looking at the 5'7". Most fullbacks, are not super tall, but his defending is very decent. We're going to look a little bit at that earlier. He knows how to position himself. And because he's so good at closing down the space, he puts a lot of pressure on the ball, and he can time those challenges. Garcia, he came through Madrid's Castilla Academy. You guys know they've produced a lot of solid players. And I like when Spanish players come through these academies because I think that shows me that they're going to have some technical skill on the ball. But he was sent out on loan in the 2020-21 season to Rayo Vallecano. But not only did his contributions there help Vallecano regain promotion in La Liga, but he actually it earned him a spot. They signed him permanently on the back of that. So convinced were they. He was actually Vallecano's player of the season that year, and then he was their player of the season again in 22-23. But the problem was he got so good, and Madrid were taking notice that in 2023 they exercised their buyback clause, Real Madrid, and they brought him back to the Bernabeu. But he made little time. I mean, he wasted little time making a name for himself. He got 2 assists in a 2-1 win over Real Sociedad early that season. So he came back ready and raring to go. And he held down a starting spot under Carlo Ancelotti last season, if you guys remember. Mendy was constantly injured, and Fran Garcia played a ton of games, owning that left flank for Real Madrid. He basically made that left flank his home. Now, some might argue, again, it was Mendy's injuries that played a role, but if you watch both players actually play the game, you'd be hard-pressed to say that Mendy is the better of the two. Like I said, Fran had 48 appearances, and then you get 4 assists that year, 31 appearances in 23-24, which was the year prior. That was his first year in the Madrid's first team. And he also had a goal and 6 assists in that season. So again, a goal and 10 assists over 2 seasons from fullback is not bad. He was also in the team of the week twice last year for Real Madrid as well. The guy's an absolute beast. Looking at his numbers, you'll see he basically gets that ball up the pitch and puts it into the box. You see that he's got the pass completion, the progressive passes, and the progressive carries. I mean, progressive carries alone, top 3%. That's elite level carrying. And you see the progressive passes received, 93%. So he's getting into advanced positions to get the ball, and then he's getting the ball up the pitch where he can create chances for his team. The shot creating actions, top 19%, is very, very good, well above average. And even defensively, you guys think he's small. He's actually average for tackles, but well above average when it comes to interceptions, which I always place a little bit more value on, simply because to me that shows that you read the game a little better. His passes, carries into the final third, into the box again, all well above average. I would like to see the defensive numbers improve a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be bad. You look at how he compares to someone like Dorgu. Again, you're looking at ball progression, ball progression, ball progression. He's all about getting on the ball and getting it up the pitch. Yes, Dorgu is going to outclass him a little bit on the physical side of things, but in a wingback system, Fran Garcia will get a lot more of that ball. But he definitely outclasses Dorgu and Dalot when it comes to getting that ball up the pitch. I do think, again, in a system where he's going to be a wingback and receiving that ball in advanced positions, I think he's going to excel. But again, when it comes to getting the ball up the pitch, he does whatever needs to get done. And he excels at putting pressure on the ball, too. So if we look at this clip from the Club World Cup when Real Madrid played Borussia Dortmund, he gets pressure on the ball. So in this first little snapshot here, you've got this pass going up to Dortmund's winger coming from their wide back. And Fran Garcia is the closest player to him. He's just on that left-hand side of Madrid's box. Sees the pass received, who gets by Madrid's other player. I forget who that is now off the top of my head. Fran Garcia sees that and immediately goes and closes down that space. Immediately goes and closes down that space. That player got another 2 or 3 yards up the pitch, and Fran Garcia is already on him. And that ball went out for a throw-in, not a corner as well. He reads the danger, and because he's got that pace and that energy and just that explosiveness, he can close down that space. I mean, when's the last time we saw Diogo Dalot do anything remotely like that? Last season, he was solid. And again, in this Club World Cup, he played pretty much every match of it for Real Madrid. He scored their second goal in this match as well, if you guys watch this. So we've got him making a late run into that box, seeing the opportunity. I think that's Bellingham on that bottom who plays that ball across the box. Dortmund are all over the place. Fran Garcia comes ghosting out of nowhere to get on the end of that and slots it cleanly with his left foot into the back of the net. Very, very good at reading the space, very good at knowing where and when to be, and just knowing how to basically provide the most for his teammates in a variety of these situations. Really like what I see from Fran Garcia. You guys know, like I said, if you've been watching the channel for a while, he's not a new name for you guys. Now, Xabi Alonso has, in this match specifically, he instructed him to stay a little bit higher up the pitch, support their attack, maintain those overloads. And I think, again, in the wingback role, that is what suits him. We've seen United, especially on our right side, working on those overloads. Now, in Amorim's system, sometimes it is a little lopsided, but that's where Fran Garcia's defensive abilities and his experience as a fullback will also come in handy as well, as you just saw. Why he wasn't trusted in the Champions League last year is beyond me. I think that if you look at his numbers, when he starts, he tends to do well. He tends to get involved. And I think that it's a crime that Ancelotti didn't rate him. We've seen, a lot of managers do that to their detriment as well. Like Zidane did not highly rate Gareth Bale. He came on and scored an absolute screamer for him in a Champions League final. But if you look back at Fran Garcia's match ratings and his numbers, it tracks. Basically, you start him, he's going to deliver for you. But then Real Madrid decided to go and get Alvaro this summer. And to be honest, there's nothing wrong. Alvaro's been perfect for him. If you saw his beautiful goal this last weekend, I think it was against Valencia, it was an absolute beauty. And it tracks, though. Madrid don't really wait for the ideal time to buy players. They don't really show a lot of patience when it comes to players that come through academies and whatnot. Florentino is going to Florentino. He's going to go out and get the next big thing, and they're going to get them before they missed out on the opportunity, a la Kylian Mbappe and whatnot. But they did the same thing with Alvaro. He's the next big thing. They went and got him from Benfica. So they get who they want typically, unless it's Lenny Euro. Am I right? But what Alvaro's arrival at the Bernabeu and his subsequent stellar performances mean for Fran Garcia is that he's competing for a spot, basically. He'll play if Alvaro is rotated or injured, basically. But what that means is I think that he can be gettable in January. He's not getting minutes. He's kind of been shown that even when Mendy's fit, that he wasn't Ancelotti's top choice. And I think that that's a crime. I know a lot of Madrid fans who have been saying for years Fran Garcia is better than Mendy. They think Alvaro is great, but I think this is time for Fran to be poached, basically. And I think that a loan with maybe an option to buy could be a shrewd piece of business for United in January. Now, supposedly, Madrid were open to a sale for Fran Garcia in the summer. AC Milan were heavily linked because Teo Hernandez left to go to the Saudi League, so they were in need of a left back. £26 million was a reported price tag in the summer. But I think given Fran Garcia's lack of minutes this season, I think you can absolutely drive that price down. Plus, Madrid owe us for not overcomplicating their move for Alvaro because we didn't kind of get involved with a buyback clause and stuff. So we kind of let them have a free run. We got ourselves a little bit of a sell on for that. We made it very smooth for them. So I don't think, plus they owe us for basically pulling our pants down for Casemiro. But I do think he's gettable. I think personally, a loan with an option for like 18 to 20, 22 million pounds, I think that could get it done. I think that would be an absolute steal. He's experienced, plays for Real Madrid. Ticks every single box that Ineos are looking for. And I think he is a step up over Dorgu. He's definitely a step up over Dalot as well. And I think that you see that left-hand side of the pitch completely transform. But that's just my opinion. You guys know I love Fran Garcia. I've been speaking about him for well over a year and a half now. But let me know your thoughts. Do you like Fran Garcia? Do you rate him? What do you think he offers? What do you think he lacks? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. If you have any other left backs that you think could be better, I want to know that too. If you think I'm off it, let me know too. But appreciate you guys checking them out. Can't wait to hear your thoughts, you guys. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.